Good morning, everyone. We will begin the morning service of the Miroku Association headquarters, asking God and Meishu-sama for protection and the permission to participate today in the divine plan of constructing a paradise on this earth. Let us pray together the Amatsu-Norito Prayer of Heaven, followed by the Miroku Prayer. Please stand. 高天原にかむすまります。アムロギカムロミのみこともちて、すめみおやかむりざなぎのみこと、つくしのりむかのたちかなの、どのあはぎはらにみそぎはらいたもうときになりませる。荒いどの狼たちへもろもろのまがごと積みけがれよ。荒いたまり清めたまえとまおすことのよしよ。天つかみ国つかみやおよろずの神たちともに雨の口駒の耳振り立てて、きこしめせとかしこみもまおす。弥勒大神、守りたまえ、先あえたまえ。弥勒大神、守りたまえ、先あえたまえ。教えみよや主の神、守りたまえ、先あえたまえ。教えみよや主の神、守りたまえ、先あえたまえ。come nagara tamachi haemase, come nagara tamachi haemase. Great God of light, creator and giver of all light, in accordance with your divine will, the long age of night draws to an end. Your radiant divine light, shining ever more brilliantly, awakens the dawn of the glorious age of light, a time long awaited by all humanity. We thank you for guiding us to your divine plan and for the privilege of channeling and receiving Johrei. May our spirits and bodies be illuminated and purified as we lead your truth given to us by Meishu-sama. Make us pure and effective instruments of your divine light, so that we may serve you and all those with whom we come in contact. May paradise on earth be realized, with health, peace, and prosperity, a reality in our lives. Great God of light, bless and protect us. Radiate our souls with your divine light, so that we may truly become instruments of your great plan. Please be seated. We will now receive group Johrei. Johrei is now concluded. We will now listen to a reading from Meishu-sama's teachings. Soul polishing. It appears that God allows the dark forces to oppose us, much like the polishing stones of our souls, so that we may be strengthened and purified. Polish your soul, purify your mind and heart, in order to do your best to serve in God's plan to save the world. As a servant of God, purify the hearts and minds of others and cleanse the world of all its impurities. If things don't seem to turn out for the best, it means you still have a substantial amount of clouds. The essence of our spiritual practice is to remove these clouds joyously instead of removing them laboriously through suffering and difficult training. This can be done by helping and serving others. If you do so, their gratitude comes to you constantly in the form of light, and your soul is purified. Either process, helping, serving, and giving joy to others, or asceticism and rigorous training, will produce the same result, the purification of your soul. In order to be able to help others, you have to read and understand our teachings. Through our teachings, you gain a deeper understanding of spiritual truth, and thus your soul will also be cleansed and purified. As your understanding becomes deeper, your Johrei becomes stronger. In this way, while helping and giving joy to others, you can raise your own spiritual level as well.
Good morning, everyone. Thank you for joining the Miroku Association headquarters morning service, and thank you for praying with us for world peace. Today, I would like to share with you the faith experience of Teresinha de Jesus Alencar da Silva. She's from the Porto Seguro Johrei Center in Bahia, Brazil. Teresinha, who is now 61 years old, has been a Johrei member for 5 years. In June of 2018, she experienced severe pain in her left knee and could only get around with great difficulty. Because she lives approximately 15 miles away from the most local Johrei center, it was difficult for her to receive Johrei frequently. Consequently, she resorted to various over-the-counter drugs that people recommended to her. Teresinha used 9 types of ointments, believing that they would be beneficial. However, none provided any relief, and her continuous pain only increased in intensity. In September, medical tests were performed, and it was found that the ligaments on her knee had simply deteriorated by natural wear and tear, given that she had not suffered any fall or sprain. The recommended treatment, of course, was surgery, and the procedure was scheduled for December of that year. Teresinha then decided to report to her minister what was happening, whose guidance was for her to intensify the receiving of Johrei until the date of the surgery. She and the minister prayed together at the altar, turning over her purification to God and Meishu-sama. Believing that through our practice of faith she could obtain healing, Teresinha decided to challenge herself. Even with difficulty, she traveled daily to the Johrei center, where she received an average of 1 hour of Johrei each time. and involved herself in performing various projects and services for the center. Additionally, she intensified her readings of the divine writings and presented regularly monetary offerings of gratitude. Subsequently, the pains in her knee gradually dissipated, and in less than 3 months, her health was completely restored. Teresia was not only able to walk normally, but even began to engage in running. Surgery became unnecessary. Through this experience, Teresia came to realize that by following our guidelines and giving service to the divine work, we can overcome our difficulties, most especially in moments of purification, while we gain strength, protection, and deeper understanding. Teresia is very grateful to God, Meishu-sama, and her ancestors for being blessed by them, and for all that she has learned through her purification, which has contributed to the strengthening of her faith and commitment to the divine work. Thank you very much for attending this morning service, for listening to this faith experience to its end. To wish you a very wonderful weekend. Very much.
This brings to a conclusion our morning service. Thank you, everyone, for joining us. We wish you a very blessed day.